Well, we really wanted to climb this ice up here, get some folks on the ice who haven't been on the ice, refresher for Ken, and it's been a lot of years for me too. But we got up here and Ken said that ice looks a whole lot like when I took a 40-foot fall on Pikes Peak, and so we decided to call it. Ken, why don't you talk a little bit more about why the ice is bad?
Well, we'll try and move our heads out of the way a little bit so you can see the drainage back behind us. This is a place called Silver Plume. It's in the guidebooks. Unfortunately, it is not in condition. We spent a long time on a pretty tenuous, sketchy approach up here. A lot of talus and scree, and that stuff is ankle breaker territory, especially when it's snowed up and coming unfrozen. Had the ice flow been in good condition and down completely through the drainage down to the bottom, we likely could have been able to get right into the couloir and cramp on right up the drainage, either unroped or using a running belay technique, short roping ourselves right to the base of the falls to climb the route. I used to do a lot of ice climbing and mountaineering out here and hadn't swung a tool in a couple of years living back east. But last time 2 years ago in Mount Washington in New Hampshire, but not Colorado ice for a while, and we wanted to introduce one of our other partners, Nick Boyle, into some actual ice climbing. You know, we were all kitted out and ready to do it. We all had our waterfall tools, and sometimes discretion is a better part of valor.
Hey Mike,
and we certainly did.
You log her up right there behind that tree.
Yeah.
We're gonna end up wrapping off of this thing
because it's a little bad through here.
Yeah, we got up, we turn around and look down, and it's like, man, that's a steep slope we just climbed with very little protection, and it's kind of like a frozen gravel thing, and it's not a real protected run out. There's potentially quite a fall down there. So Ken's already gotten a lot of his safety gear on. I'm gonna do the same thing. I got my crampons right here in the back pocket of this thing.
Old school.
Yeah.
Foot fangs.
Oh, foot fangs.
Are you gonna put yours on or no?
I might for that descent, even though we're gonna wrap. I don't know, what do you think?
I think we'll be able to, if we weren't rappelling, I think we'd want them.
We'd want them.
If we did, since we're not rappelling, I'm gonna have my tools handy.
Okay.
But otherwise, I think we can kick steps. What I'm mostly afraid of on the descent is all this loose talus and scree,
right.
Us kicking rocks down on the guys down below, right. Or even down on each other.
Right.
So that's, yeah.
Okay.
So I think you know what? I think I am gonna put my crampons on.
All right.
I think I am. I might as well at this point. There's no sense in not.
Ken's got one crampon here. I'm gonna turn the camera off and get the rest done, and hopefully we'll have a safe descent out of here. So we're trying to make a somewhat safe descent off of this kind of hard-packed steep slope. Well, it's exposed. You start falling here, you fall way down below where I'm filming from.
Rod!
So we got a double rope around a tree up there, and our friend Mike Hall, who's a master tracker, Virginia mountain boy, ended up climbing up to where Ken and I was there, and he doesn't have any of the climbing gear. He wasn't gonna ice climb with us today. He doesn't have any of the climbing gear, and so basically Ken's running an auto block there, and he's in essence belaying Mike, or protecting Mike's descent from below. Mike is clipped into the rope around his waist, so if he happened to fall, basically it's up to Ken and Ken's auto block, but at the same time it gives a margin of safety for that descent. It's, you know, could we have descended? Yeah, sure. Could we have descended without a mishap? 95% chance. But once you get to a certain age and a certain level of maturity, that 5% chance is not necessarily worth gambling on. So we're just taking her slow and easy down this slope, and happy that we got the gear to make it happen that way.